That was a tough watch, but we got the job done. We beat Crystal Palace away at Selhurst Park 3-1, and now we are in top 10 and we have got our 10th win of the season. Absolute sensational by Conor Gallagher. That was wonderful performance. He single-handedly today got us out of the jail and got us out of Selhurst Park with a victory. That was two remarkable goals. And for me, he has saved Mauricio Pochettino's job because that was an horrible performance, horrible coaching today. And see, I've been a person who has defended Poch on this channel, but recently even I've been criticizing. And today, the structure, the way we started, that first half was absolutely unacceptable. No manager can have any excuse for the disaster that was the first half. But Conor Gallagher got him out of the jail. Very good first goal in the second half, getting a goal immediately for us. And the second goal was another beautiful one just at the end of the game. Just like 1 or 2 years back under Graham Potter, we got the win through Conor Gallagher goal at 89th minute. Today again he got the goal in the end and we got the job done. And in the end, Enzo Fernandez got the goal top of that to just get the job done and get a big 3-1 win. But we have still a lot of concerns. But Conor showed his worth. Conor showed what he's capable of and he deserves his more respect. When playing higher up the pitch, he's a very capable player. He has always got that instinct to score goals. But since he has come at Chelsea from Palace, he just hasn't been scoring goals. He just hasn't been scoring his form. He has been poor in front of goal. But now he's got 3 goals in 2 games. He's making the late runs into the box you expect from a midfielder with goal scoring instinct. And those were beautiful goals by Conor Gallagher. Love him to bits and that was great goal. You might like him, you might not like him, but one thing you cannot deny about the guy is his professionalism, is his desire, is his love for Chelsea, and he's striving to improve. And today, he was the player that absolutely fought it. I think every player tried their best, I won't say that, but this man gave his everything today, and he got us out of the jail from an embarrassing result and absolutely sackable match for Mauricio Pochettino if the result did not go in our way. But now coming on to the structure which I was talking about, I think this was really poor. And remember, we were playing a Crystal Palace side with no Eze, no Olise, no Guhi, no Doucouré. That was more like a championship side, and we were horrific. We were horrific. Just see this build-up. Caicedo gets blamed. You get Enzo Fernandez sometimes getting the blame. But how are we supposed to build up in this structure? Now, when we play against the bigger sides, when we play against like Aston Villa, where we have to attack on transitions, the team is playing high press, we are really good under Pochettino. He really excels in those matches. Manchester City, Arsenal, Aston Villa, Liverpool in the first game. I think he does well in the big games because the structure works very well in the big games. Attack in the transition, be athletic, be fast. But in the low blocks, Poch has really been poor this season. We cannot break low blocks down, and this is very poor by Mauricio Pochettino. The structure is a massive issue. How is Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez supposed to build up in this type of structure? The players are behind the line. Nobody's coming to receive the ball. Where is Thiago Silva supposed to pass? Where is anyone supposed to build up? The play becomes slow and it becomes laggard. Now, I understand some people are saying that if Thiago Silva doesn't play, we have a defender and we press higher up the pitch. But even then, the build-up play is really, really poor. Against Aston Villa, he did one thing right. That is to play Enzo and Caicedo near to each other, and it worked. Now again, Mauricio Pochettino today, Enzo Fernandez was playing in a free role, LCM, RCM, playing near to the centre backs, sometimes being in the offensive phase. I just don't understand what Mauricio Pochettino thinks of Enzo Fernandez, but I don't think he has any idea of how to use this guy. He's absolutely killing his, I will say, like he's scoring goals, he's playing well, but he's destroying him, and I'm just not understanding what he really thinks of Enzo Fernandez and what position does he really want to play in, because right now I can't get in my head what Pochettino really wants Enzo Fernandez to do. Moses Caicedo, I've always said, is not a lone DM. He plays better with some player alongside him, but again, we see Moses Caicedo play in this lone DM role, and in this photo, as you can see, there's no one to build up to. The opposition managers target Caicedo, will lose the ball, and he gets blamed. It's really poor structure right now. While we saw against Aston Villa that when these two guys play near to each other, the build-up is better, the play is better, and they can dominate the other team's midfield. So I think Poch has to really correct this setup, because this was a setup which you expect from a manager who's starting his coaching right now, not from a manager who's been coaching now for his life of around 10-15 years, and from a very experienced manager. And Conor Gallagher shines, and when played high at the pitch, which I've been saying for a very, very long time, and Malo Gusto deserves more praise and hype. Now, I'm not saying he's one of the best. He still has a lot to improve. He still has to learn sometimes to put the right crosses in the right position. Sometimes he's a bit too erratic. He still has a lot to learn because he's a young player. But one thing we all cannot deny is this is still one of the best sort of business we have done in a very, very long while. Like, Badiashile was one of the good business players out of confidence. Palmer under this ownership. You go on to players like Petrovic. You go on to the young players we have signed who have been really good, and Gusto is among one of them because he is a proper top player we have signed. A very good backup to Reece James who can compete with Reece James. He has a lot more potential and a lot more to improve. He has a mentality, he has a desire. That's a basic you need from a footballer. Along with that, he has a defensive skill, he has a tracking back abilities. He really fights for the batch and is got the crossing ability, he's got the attacking ability, he's got the drive with the ball. That is something you want from a right back. So really happy with Malo Gusto, and today again he showed why he's rated very highly with the Chelsea fans and why we have not really been crying that Reece is not available, because he has stepped it up this season. He has still a lot to improve. I'm not saying one of the best, but he's done a really good job. But now I have to say the first half was unacceptable. One of the worst I've ever seen against a Palace side, which was looking like a championship side, weak side, without their main players, and we were horrific. We were bad. That was one of the worst. Like in my place, I'm recording this video. It's 5 o'clock in the morning and I have to go to work. But I love this team and it means everything. But watching that first half, anybody could have slept because that was poor. That was horrific. And Pochettino has more blame to take than the players because the structure was wrong. But thankfully, he got Nkunku on the pitch. We pressed opposition more. It was not great in the second half as well, but we got the job done. So this was my video. We got the job done. We go forward now, but that was a poor performance. But right now, it's important to get the good factor back, to get the confidence back. And hopefully, if we can put a good performance against Manchester City and then the cup final, our season can change. These two matches are going to be defining for Pochettino. Manchester City and Liverpool next. If we can play well against Manchester City, even if we lose, and beat Liverpool in the final, I think this season can turn into something great. If these two matches doesn't go our way, I think he's most probably going to leave the club. So these weeks is very important. That's my view. Up the Mighty Blues. Thank you everyone for watching. Wishing you the best.